Good afternoon, my friends. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got a rare shot to do a video. Got a lot of things to cover, but in the first part of the video, it's all about me and how things have been going. So, probably about 3.5 weeks ago, after I'd been sitting in the chair for months with the blood clot that I had in my leg, and I started to get to the point where I wasn't doing anything. And I kind of knew that if I sat there too long, that maybe I wouldn't be here talking to you on here. And so I knew that I had to do something. And so 3 weeks ago, I got myself out of this rut. We have 2 treadmills anyway. And I had an app that I used to use, which I really recommended. It's called iFit. And for anybody who doesn't want to go outside and really run, and if you have a Bluetooth treadmill, the thing works perfect. The monthly is not very much. I'll tell you this. The exercise bike I bought, I'm getting rid of. I don't like the thing, and it's kind of a hard thing to ride anyway. But when I first started this journey of getting myself back to a place where I should have never lost, and my weight at the time was 215. My goal is 180. 175 would be ultimate, but I'm trying to keep muscle mass too and not get too small. So, first couple days, got on the treadmill, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I thought, man, brother, you're done. And then, about 4 days later, I did 15 minutes. And 15 minutes. And then a little bit later, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And then in the last couple of days, 35 to 40 minutes. On a, walking speed, but for me being older is a little bit. 3-5 for a guy my age is almost like jogging, okay? So I come a long way in 3 weeks. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, was to tell any of you guys out there, male, female, whatever, this is a Spark water bottle, and when you set it down, it usually lights up, and then it registers to the app that it goes with. Now, I've never been the biggest water drinker, but I do try to put 32 ounces a day in, even if I don't want to. And my meals right now are small, and I select what I eat. I don't go overboard. First 6 weeks of any kind of a thing, you shouldn't cheat really at all. You can, but you should stay within reason. So I'm kind of one of those guys that cruises the obituaries, of my local town and things like that, and see who's there, who, whatever. And I'm seeing guys, and this is kind of funny because I went to a church sermon one time, and the guy was talking about, lifespans. Some guys die real young and some don't. But I began to realize that the people that were dying were catching up to my age. And a lot of you young guys out there, 67 is old. But to a lot of people who are in their middle 60s or getting close to 70, they don't feel that old. So I've been feeling kind of lousy for the last 2-3 weeks. Well, more than that. But anyway, today, of all days, I really felt the best I've ever felt in months today. Might not happen tomorrow, because COPD is a wild animal. You can be great a couple days, and then all of a sudden, not today. So far, I've been able to make it. And also, the treadmill makes me breathe more, which is it's what it is a breathing disease, but it makes me breathe. So it's helping me. And I see so many people that have passed away. And for all of you guys that know, this is my college team, right? There's no name on the back of this jersey, but if anybody knows this number, you will know who this is. And this guy recently passed away. And he did pass away from ALS. But it doesn't mean that some of the things he did when he was younger didn't help it all happen. immune disease. And so seeing him and all these other guys, and these guys are 60, 70, kind of in there, and all of a sudden they're all passing away. Thought to myself, if you want to be a statistic like the rest of them, this is Mongo McMichael, Steve McMichael, played for the Longhorns. If you just sit around like I did, well, eventually you're going to die. That's what's going to happen. You're going to die. And my girlfriend told me that, and I kind of in ways didn't really believe it. But then as I got on the treadmill and realized what I could and couldn't do, I really began to believe it. I thought, wow, this is crazy. So 3 weeks ago, I got back into it and got on the treadmill. Been working out with weights too, and I'm kind of amazed where I progressed with that. Well, I'm not Arnold, and I'm not pumping over the 180 pounds. I'm still doing a significant amount for myself. Okay. I don't take supplements. I don't take anything because those are things I probably was doing back when I was younger were not good for me. And I'm just going on the all natural. Good food, training, treadmill. Wednesday will be a day where I go out to this park we have. Now today, I haven't been able to do a push-up at all, like none. Well, with the push-up bars, I did 2 today. 3/4, they weren't to the ground and back, but I still did them and I couldn't do any. And I've got this other thing coming and it's an assist for pull-ups. It's a band, and because the gym has the same thing, and you take them off to where you're doing them. I could do 10, even when I was 60. I can't do any. In the military, I could do like 50 burpees easy. I can't do 1. But there's a guy on here that got me back into shape the last time. And if you want motivation, you should go look at him. His name is C.T. Fletcher. He dwarfed me when I met him. But that guy had a bypass, and the same thing happened to him. He couldn't do a push-up. He could barely walk. And then the next thing he knew, through all this, he finally got there. So I'm losing weight in a 10-pound increment. 215 to 205, which is only 2 pounds away. I'm almost there. When I get to 205, it's going to be 195. When I get to 195, it's going to be 180. And then from there, whatever I get is whatever. That's 15 pounds, the last bit. So I'm almost through my first quarter. I've almost lost 10 pounds. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be, being older. But I did it. Any of you guys out there can do it. If this old guy can do it, you guys can do it. When I got on the scale that I got that has a little app and puts you on, to let you know, my age, even though I'm 67, was 70. It's by my BMI, base mass index, body fat, and all that. I was already older than I am already. And I'm not looking forward to that pine box, let me tell you. So I'm trying to stay above ground as long as I can. So to any of you guys that are out there doing the wrong thing, I'm not telling you can't drink a beer. I'm not telling you can't do a little bit of whatever, but it's moderation too. It's not every day. It's not a 6-pack a day or a vape every day. It's just once in a while. My big thing was ice cream, and I ate a pint of that every single day. Finally, I realized for what I had, it was bad for me. Haven't had that in 3 weeks. Well, more now. It was a month. A little candy too. Haven't touched any of it. So with all the things that are coming and the times and the way they are, it's best that you're in shape of some sort. At least able to walk. Because if there comes a time where you got to leave where you're at and you can't even walk away from it, that's going to suck. And you might have to go off meds. I can probably make it if I don't take what I'm supposed to. Because I'm not taking anything too hardcore. I mean, I do take blood thinners, and I probably should not go off them, but I probably could if I had to. So there's that. That's me. That's a little bit of what's going on for me. I was going to do some workouts on here, and then I thought, nah, I don't want to put those out there for you. If you notice, I coughed a little bit when I was on the treadmill, but you don't catch me doing it here right now. Nope. Today has been one of the best days I've ever had. So anything you want to do is always in sight for you. Now let's get off of that, and we're going to go into what's going on right now. Now there is a video that's passing along, and these guys are trying to say that this person is the Antichrist. He may be. He may be. Because he is like what Gil said. He does have a Jewish mother and a Muslim father. He was born here in America, but it's not the guy you think it is. It's somebody else. The video's roaming all over the place. He's trying to say that he's the second coming of Jesus, and he's this and that, he's that. He's the Mahdi, and he's all that. Maybe. But he also wants to initiate the Abraham Accord. That's a big deal. He wants a two-state solution. Wants all of that. Now, it depends on who talks to this guy and if it happens. But Smiley's still trying to tell us that it's the guy from UK. I don't believe that that's the guy. You can tell me, you can throw me all this stuff. You can say it is. I check it. It just doesn't fit. Maybe. But remember, nobody knows 100% who that guy is. The guy they just introduced seems a lot more like it than the guy they talk about. Oh, it's this guy, the foot of the bear and the mouth of the lion and the la 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 la. And then, of course, you got the other church involved in there, too. Now, we're going to go in with that. There's 3 or 4 guys in line to be the new pope. Who did St. Malachi say would be the last pope? He said it would be St. Malachi. I mean, St. Malachi. He said it would be Peter the Roman. Anyway, the biggest pick right now that I think talked to J.D. Vance was Pietro Parolin. Now, Pietro Parolin wasn't born in Rome exactly, but he was only born a little bit of outside of Rome. And his name is Pietro. So even if he calls himself Paul or Daniel or whatever he decides he wants to be, his real name is Peter. It's just that it's Italian. It's Pietro. And there's 3 other guys, I think, that have the name of that. So the odds of Peter the Roman being the Pope coming up is pretty good. Okay? So that fulfills prophecy too. Somebody goes, how come everybody's looking for the AC and now trying to follow? Because they want to know if they're where we are. And I hate to tell you this, and I told this to my girlfriend the other night, but whether you believe in the Bible itself, whether you don't believe in the Bible itself, it doesn't make a difference because they're still having all the things happen. And if you see the things lighting up, it's telling me to drink again. But all that stuff is lighting up. And all of a sudden, India and Pakistan going wild on each other. Wow. Then the next thing you know, North Korea says they're going to help Putin. They got a little buddy called China back there that's going to probably help them. Then you got this guy over here that's saying, oh no, we're not going to help them because they won't give us the minerals. Go ahead, you. Attack them. But the Ukraine didn't start the war. They didn't. It would be no different than Greenland or Canada and just doing it. You know what I mean? So, whatever. But the times are here. I'm not putting dates on anything because I don't want to do that. But it looks like if you're going with these guys and their timeline, 2 years or less, and something big is going to go down. And it's probably going to be sooner than later because Iran got attacked and no one's taking credit. We're not taking credit. Israel ain't taking credit. Other countries aren't taking credit. Someone did it. Remember, we weren't going to help Israel, so Israel might have gone ahead and done it on their own. They hit a plant that was a major supplier of something. I forgot what it was. But it's a big time thing, and it's going to affect them. All the conspiracy theories that I talked about to any of you guys that remember my old channel, which was this one, I'm pretty sure. All those theories that we put out here, that everybody laughed about, is all beginning to happen. It's all there. All the stuff. I'm not even going to list it. You're just going to have to think about it. All the stuff that they talked about in the 80s, the 90s, and well into the 2000s. Are now happening. But like Greg said in this video I just watched, and I usually am one of the first few people in his video, and no matter what people say, it's usually me or Ross. That's just how it is. You can claim you're number one, but in reality, I'm just sitting here by the computer anyway, so I'm right there. But today I was a little late. I always do go in, though, eventually. But reasons why I've been missing them is because I've been working out and walking and eating right, trying to stay in shape. So come today, I'm okay. I'm not that guy stuck in that chair with nowhere to go. Because I'm telling you, I have some goals that I'm going to make, and eventually they're going to get tough. They're already hard enough for somebody that's old like me that's got problems. But as I accomplish each goal, I make up a new one. And I may not get back to where I was when I was 30 and 40, because at 40 I was in the peak of my, you want to call workout process. Time I was 40, I hit my peak. And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't tired, I wasn't as big as him, but for my body size and whatever, it was adequate. I can't weigh that again because there's no way. It would be 10 pounds more than I weigh right now, and that's never going to happen. But be in the best shape you can be. Like Greg said, make sure you have a pack, or at least one of those Walmart red bags in your car and take it everywhere you go. Then, if anything happens, you got a little bit of something for a couple days. Better than no days. Or make a bigger bag. I have one, but I got to redo it. I can't keep it in my truck because my truck leaks. So when it rains, all of a sudden it gets wet. I had something in there that got wet and had to throw away, and it wasn't cheap. But make sure you're ready. Food, water, supplies, two-way radios, you know what I mean? These actually don't like this brand that much, but Baofeng, this is actually a ham radio, two-way radio scanner, and FM radio. I don't really use it very often, but something like that. Stay in communication when phones go out. Make sure you have a Faraday box. I have one there. Doesn't hold much. Anything that's electronic, put in it. Because if you get an EMP, it's going to fry everything. Right now, Spain is going through some big major power outage. Or was that just a simple of the switch, like we were saying back in the old days? But when I see these people, this is going to go back to the other, my age, and these people are fairly done, and I come driving home, and here's this dude shuffle stepping. Well, he might be moving, and that's good for him, but it ain't going to be me. I told myself every day for the last 4 years, that's not going to be me, and you know what happened? It became me. Finally, I'd had enough. I said, no. I got to do something about it. I got to get out of it, because otherwise, I'm going to be in a bad space. And so, I gave up all the crappy food. The only thing I really ever drink is water. That's it. Eat relatively good. Hit the treadmill. I do weights. Tomorrow will be another hit the weight heavy day and treadmill. Wednesday will be just a walk. I always have that one easy day. So anyway, I think I'm about ready to cut this video short. You guys take a really good day. Try to keep yourself going. Be ready for anything, because anything can happen. Peace. I'll be seeing you. And hang in there. You're never down until you're out.